Walk into your audition in character. I disagree. Your live audition isn't just about your acting ability. These people have never met you. Did you know that your audition starts the moment you walk into the casting office? And I'm not talking about the audition room. You know, the casting office, the room usually filled with actors, a sign-in desk, and a casting associate. That room. When you open that door, you should be ready. But what does that actually mean? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Nancy Nave. I've been a working actor in Los Angeles and a career coach for actors. I've been actively working in the industry for 16 years, and I'll show you how it works and how you can start working as well. The audition room is still a bit of a mystery to those who've never stepped inside. It's one thing to hear about it and a whole new experience to live it. Each audition is different and you've got to be relaxed and ready for anything. But how does it start? When the role you're auditioning for is a killer, a jerk, a drug addict, a convict, how do you present yourself before the audition scene begins? There's a few different ideologies on the subject, but I'll share how I've approached it and what has worked for me. You might have heard the advice that you should be in character from the time you walk into the casting office. That would mean embodying the character's personality, vibe, language. If you do that, that means you're walking in as the killer, the drug addict, the jerk. One of the biggest perks for a live audition is that the casting director gets to meet you, the actor, for the first time. Part of the casting process is to also assess whether people are going to like working with you. Are you trustworthy, kind, professional? Do you look responsible and dedicated? That's the first thing they're assessing as you walk into that office. And just because the casting director may not be in that front room when you walk in, their associate is. The associate will let the casting director know if your behavior is unusual in that room. They are the first gatekeepers, if you want to paint a visual. Getting on a film or TV set with high-profile actors and directors comes with responsibility. They need to make sure that they don't send a psycho to set. How you walk in as yourself gives them the first bit of information to assess whether you're safe to have on a set. We haven't even gotten to the audition yet. So how do you walk in and be prepared to be in character when your audition starts? Because it is a process to get into character for a scene, especially if your character is very different from you. So here's the truth. No actor becomes the character. We're not psychos. We know we're acting. If we were so deep in character as to believe that that's who we are, it would be unsafe for everyone. If the actor playing the monster actually believes they're a monster, it would make that set very dangerous for everyone involved, especially the other actors in the scene. The actor knows it's an act. So how do you get into that headspace of this character and still be yourself when you walk in? One tip, get there about 15 minutes early so you have time in the waiting room to prepare. When you're in your car, walking into the casting office, you can take yourself through your process of entering the world of the scene. When you walk into the office and have to be social for a few minutes, be yourself, but don't let go of that world. Be kind and friendly, but keep it short and find a place to be by yourself, even if it's in the corner of the room. By the way, usually they bring in all the actors to audition for that same role in the same time frame. So they'll understand when all the killers for that film are coming into audition and expect actors to be a bit more quiet, less chatty, and outgoing. It's your responsibility to protect your headspace in that room. There are those actors in the waiting room who want to make small talk or are catching up with other actor friends they haven't seen in a while. Take earbuds with you and isolate yourself. People will understand. What am I listening to in my earbuds? I like to listen to music to keep my mood and demeanor easily accessible. I keep the music low so that I can hear when my name is called or if I need to have a quick, polite conversation with the casting assistant if necessary. Then I can take my seat and do more preparation for my audition. If you're not looking up and making eye contact with other actors, most likely no one will talk to you. Wearing earbuds is a way to show people that you're not available to talk right now. And that's perfectly acceptable. You're here to work. Other actors in the waiting room will appreciate the quiet and personal space. Find your character in this time frame, but understand that you still need to walk into the audition room and greet those as you walk in. So when your name is called, take your earbuds out, grab all of your stuff, and take it in with you into the room. Put your stuff down and make eye contact with everyone in the room. Make sure to say hello as yourself, not as the character. If this is a serious, dark scene, don't be your natural happy self if that's who you are. Keep the tone of the scene, but be friendly and allow them to see your personality. If you need a chair for the scene, look for a chair. If you don't need a chair and there's one on your mark, you can let them know that you plan to stand and go ahead and move that chair off to the side, if that's your choice. Remember, this is your audition and you get to take control from here. Unless told otherwise, you get to choose if you sit or stand for the audition. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask. But remember to ask questions as yourself, not as the character. Then keep your eyes away from the reader, who is the other person reading the lines in the scene. You can even turn your back while you go into character. Take a few seconds, then turn, make eye contact with the reader, and begin the scene. This is when you can be the killer, the jerk, the addict, whatever your role calls for. Now, if you yell in the room, go over the top with your choices, become emotional or angry, the casting director won't get nervous that you're out of control. They've seen you as you naturally are, and now they get to see your acting skills. The difference from before and after can be so startling that it's impressive. Film is filled with horrible, dislikable characters, but you don't have to be a dislikable person to book that role. Just be a good actor. Think about some of the worst evil villains in film history. The Joker, Freddy Krueger, Pennywise, Anton Chigurh. If they walked into an audition room in character and no one knew who they were as actors, it would be a very uncomfortable day of auditions. So when in doubt, be yourself when you walk into the casting office and the audition room. Be kind and friendly as you can and acknowledge everyone in the room. Then take a minute to get into character and begin the scene. Once your audition is done, you can break character, thank everyone for their time, and walk out the door as yourself. Let them see that you can come back to being yourself when the work is done. This is the same for highly emotional, crying scenes. If your character hysterically breaks down into tears, when the scene is over, make sure that you can calm yourself down quickly so they aren't worried about letting you leave in an emotional mess. Actors need to be emotionally stable and able to hear redirects and instructions before, during, and after a take. Remember, this is playtime. We get to use our entire emotional range. But when the director has something to add, we need to be able to pull it back, take the note, and be able to change the performance accordingly. If you did book this job, they'd expect you to be able to give this performance over and over for as many takes as they need. If you can't calm yourself down after the audition, they might question your ability to recover and do it again and again on set. We can never lose control to the point that we lose ourselves in the process. Make sure you're in control of yourself walking into the audition and walking out of the audition. Not only are they gauging your ability to fit the vibe of the character, but they're also watching you as a person. So learn how to get into character quickly. Acting classes help a lot, by the way. This is where you'll learn how to bring yourself back to calm when you've allowed yourself to go crazy emotional in a scene. So now you know to be yourself before and after the audition and really go for it during the audition. Remember, you might be a great serial killer in the movie, but they want to know you're a kind, normal human being before they book you. Have a great day and break a leg.